Hello. Am I on? Am I on? All right, we is on. We are live. Thanks to Ken. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WillPower UnSurfaced. It's your host Khadijah Sams, and I've been out. Everybody at my crib been sick, so I've been keeping. I stayed away. I ain't want to pass no germs on to nobody here at Glockaware. But a sister is back, and EA is here with me today. He'll be coming in a minute, and we're gonna be talking about parenting this week because I had some experiences this week, and it was some hurtful things going on between me and my daughter, and it's like, as a parent, you want to say that you did the best that you could when you was raising your kids, and you never want to blame yourself for some of the choices that they make. But I tell you, sometimes I be wondering, like, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong as a parent? You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's a lot for many parents. I'm sure, not just myself. But parenting is something else, because when we come here, we don't have no instructions. Our parents ain't have instructions. We don't have any instructions. So we just do the best that we can. And we hope and we pray that our children turn out to be successful and good products in society. And that doesn't always, pan out the way we would like them, the way we would like it. But we do our best. You know what I'm saying? And we never, like I said, we never want to blame ourselves. But, man, sometimes you look at your children and you say, where did I go wrong at? You know what I mean? And it was just a horrible experience for me as a parent, because I never thought I would see myself in that situation. So, parenting is like, it's like somebody just throw you out there sometimes, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And get it together. And you just got to do it, you know what I mean? So I want to give some advice to some people out here that don't have children, right? Make sure you're ready. And I'm going to say, make sure that you're able to financially take care of your children, that you're able to house them properly, and that you're able to give them the best guidance that you can give. Thanks, Dawn. Because sometimes, we have to second guess ourselves. I know I do.
All the time.
I know I do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now I'm in a situation where I'm not only a parent, now I'm raising my grandkids. You know what I mean? And you be like, I thought I was done.
What if you wasn't around?
I think about that as well. I know that I'm a blessing to my grandchildren, and thank God that I am able to take care of them. Mm-hmm. But it's like starting all over. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like I thought I was done.
Why you think some parents be like, don't get into, no, I ain't babysitting, as we call it, babysitting, or some people, what's the word I'm looking for? They say it ain't babysitting if it's your child.
Child, right? Because it ain't.
Yeah, because it ain't. It ain't
it's only babysitting when it's somebody else's child.
Right. When it's somebody else's child,
it ain't babysitting.
Ain't no babysitting.
Right.
Absolutely no babysitting.
It ain't no babysitting. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's real rap.
And it's like, I thought that I set the best example.
Right.
You know what I mean? For my children.
Right.
And I can't say that all the things that my daughter has gone through was anything that I went through. But I can say sometimes that I probably should have cracked down on who she hung out with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, you could have.
Yeah, no, I could have.
Well, people say that a lot, like they can control their children or who they hang with. Now we come from the era where, moms or pops used to say, you're not hanging with that person. You're not hanging with them people. Oh, no, you're not hanging with them.
Because I know my mom nipped a lot of people I thought I was going to hang out with.
No, that's true. But nowadays, I figure this new millennial, like 20 years later, like even in the 90s, I don't think that you can really control who your children hang with. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. I don't think the parents want to control or have anything to do with who their children hang with.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I can say that. I mean, especially in the 90s.
I mean, because I know a lot of the young guys that live with their parents that do anything they want. They come in and out of the house any hours of the day. You know, that was a no-no back in the day.
Right.
Like, I know my girl cousins used to be told, have you come in at 11:05? That door locked.
Oh, my mom ain't played that. My mom she had those, remember those chimes?
Mm-hmm.
She had them hanging on the back of the door, and she had one of those chain locks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was late and you had to push that door over, you hear that ding-a-ling, you know your ass is
Right,
grass.
right. No, that's real.
For real.
No, that's real.
That was for real.
That's
My
how
mom
it
ain't
go.
play that. But I think, when it came to my daughter and stuff, I had curfew, but I thought that taking her out of Philly was, and taking her out of an environment,
Mm-hmm.
but it was, what I can say is, whatever your mindset is, you do want to take that mindset no matter where you at. And that's what I firmly believe.
See, I disbelieve that.
I don't know.
Let me give you an example, because I have empirical knowledge. I have experience of that transaction that you're describing. Now, you know how people say, they talk about places and things and religions,
Right.
when you was not there. I'm only paraphrasing some of the things that the new world is saying.
Right.
They saying it's not a fact unless you experienced it. Or unless somebody experienced it.
I was about to say, somebody
Not
around you could have experienced it.
No, well, that's what I meant. I had to
Right,
rephrase that.
Right. Unless you saw it for yourself. If you lived it for yourself.
That's my point. That's my point. You know what I mean? And I want to ask the question. Do you believe that, like, if you don't believe that, Khadijah, you don't believe in gentrification? It is a psychological, profile that does have validity. It does. Let me explain my story. My daughter was born and raised in Philadelphia when I was living up the greater Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Once she was like 2 or 3, you already know what we did. Skirt.
Right.
We moved it to a better area. The township that we chose, Washington Township, is one of the richest townships as far as school districts
in New Jersey.
in the United States, besides California. Of course, California, one of the top. It's places that have there. But if you look up school districts, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's the first thing we did. I did my homework on the school district and the living. First of all, the tax is so high in those areas. The taxes is $15,000. You can't get nowhere in Washington Township taxes under $7,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I'm just,
Especially compared
but
to Philly.
the municipalities is beneficial. When we moved her to Jersey, now I don't know. She only 17, so I don't know what's destined. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I can honestly say that her mannerism is A1. I don't know what she do when she leave out the house. I don't live with her anymore.
Right.
But I know my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very well-mannered, respectful young lady. I know some young ladies that's her age that'll shoot you, cuss you out, do drugs.
Absolutely.
Now, I do believe that the environment that you are around can rub off on you. Just understand the psychology of religion. All right, let me give you one without going into detail. Why can a Muslim man marry a non-Muslim woman?
Because
you know why. You ain't got to get into it. That's for them to get into
right,
it.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the man is considered the head of household, quote unquote, supposedly be, allegedly. I think that Ben died. You know what I'm saying? Keep it all the way real.
Probably at the time of the prophet. I
want to shout out Kern Bradley, Frank Devereaux, Martini. Let me just say this. I'm glad that we sacrificed, me and her mother, when we were married. It's like I'm still married in a spiritual way. Mm-hmm. Because the reason why we decided first, all right, gather this information, get married, have a children, have a big house on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go as far as to say that that's heaven on earth. I want to be very respectful because everybody got different ideologies and everybody got different
Things don't make heaven.
Religions. No, I'm just no. Well, see, but based on study, you got it is a physical and a spiritual. You got to understand both of the two.
Right.
If you only understand it, you got to do a little bit more research and overstand it, because it is a difference of the two. It's always a physical and a spiritual.
Always. Excuse me.
You know, you got to have it. So I disagree with, if they raise up in Philadelphia, all they're going to know is what Philadelphia teach them. The first thing I learned when I went to jail was sociology. And that was taking psychology. It was $50 a semester from Penn State. Professors used to come to Cole Township and all the jails at the time when education was.
When they let you have college.
When they let you have college.
Yes.
Before people start disputing it and complaining that that's not fair.
Right.
I got some of the books still. Like, honestly.
No, I know people that got degrees when they from Villanova when they were in.
So make a long story short, I want to speed up. Sociology, the first thing it said is that you're going to almost, in my own words, you're going to almost fail based on how you live. And it gave an example. It had a beer distributor. The meat market was 15 miles away. I forgot. I can't remember what else. Right. Those two stuck out to me. Now, up to date, like 23 years later, why is the meat market? Why, when they talk about sociology, why did it say you will automatically fail, in my own words, if you live around where these places is, these things are? At a beer distributor, and the meat market was 15 miles away, hypothetically. It blew my mind, because I understand it now, seeing these young kids get shot in these beer distributors, where all these, no disrespect to the poppy stores, because it ain't just the poppy stores, because that's where all the crimes happen, in front of those stores where you allow them to solicit,
right.
and you know what I mean, to be, you know, I don't pump fake no games, I don't care.
See, exactly what you're saying, because I know when I took sociology, and I went to Penn State as well,
Jen,
the thing was, in our communities is delis, liquor stores, and well, in our area we have liquor stores, but in a lot of cities where it's African Americans, people have liquor stores on every corner. They don't have delis, they have actual liquor stores. We don't have a lot of supermarkets in our area, so they call where we live at supermarket deserts. It's like,
wow, supermarket
they
deserts.
call where we live at supermarket deserts. Why? It's easier for you to get some alcohol than it is for you to get some food.
Ain't that crazy? But look how I said the market was 15 miles away.
Right.
Thank God for Wawa's, no disrespect. Y'all don't even know how much a blessing Wawa's is to most of y'all. They got fruit salads, they got fruit. They don't sell everything bad. They trying to dumb down, they trying to hold to the mission statement.
But they're a convenient store.
But I'm just saying, they almost more beneficial than the grocery store. Like, even if I like the poppy stores, because the poppy store is fully loaded. I ain't talking about what they do in the DL, some of them.
Right.
No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about providing for the senior citizens and our children. You know, they do have some organic food. They do have some, some people go as far as raising it yourself.
It's with them poppies, because them poppy stores.
You need a loaf of bread.
This is the thing. They be ripping people off because the prices
You know what they do? Don't grind the poppies up.
No, I'm grinding them up because I
grind them up a couple shows ago.
Listen, I have one around the corner for me that I will go 10 miles before I go in that store. Because I literally see this man steal money from kids.
Right.
And people don't count their change. He take their money, they come back for it. He act like he ain't. I don't fool with that store at all.
See, he's just a bad worker. But I ain't gonna blame the whole franchise of 6,000 plus poppy stores.
But my thing is the prices that they charging for this stuff is astronomical when I see them in BJ's buying their merchandise.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Stop hating. No, you are allowed to. You're allowed to get a piece of the dunya. You're allowed to get a piece of society.
Absolutely.
So you mean to tell me if I go buy some waters?
I'd rather be, let me just say this, I'd rather it be supermarkets in the community, because why? Because if you're on public assistance and you got food stamps and you don't have a supermarket in your area, you're going to probably spend all of your food stamps real quick in the poppy stores. It's not going to last you, maybe not even 2 weeks, because the prices that you're paying for the groceries. The quality is not always good. The products are not always dated. And I'm not saying that to tear poppy stores down. I'm just saying from my experience, I would rather go to the market or BJ's, somewhere like that, before I spend a lot of money in those stores.
So go back to the topic of discussion. You said that you don't believe that taking a kid out of a different area changes them, because who they are is going to follow them.
No, it depends. It depends on the child.
That's true.
It depends on the child, because where I move my kids now, I know people. I talk about.
How old were they though? But
they were old. They were older than 2.
They were setting their
See,
ways
they was already.
They was molded.
For my son, it was better. It was better for him.
They already had South Philly on them.
Right.
I mean, you got to raise them. Listen, if I move you out of an environment, and look at the ones that live in Lancaster. They're deep in Lancaster.
Right.
What do you call them? The Amish people.
Amish people.
It's a reason why they seclude themselves from worldly affairs. Look at the monks in the Himalayan mountains. They seclude themselves from worldly affairs. No women naked, twerking, bathing suits on, cleavage, the big breasts with, guys with, we do what we do, muscles and prints and everything that entice y'all. You don't have none of that. If you don't have that, you can't indulge in that. If you don't have guns, you can't have a gun. If drugs is not in your neighborhood, you can't have access to drugs.
I think especially when it comes to guns, I think that it's how you're educated about them. Because I lived in the mountains, and all them, let me tell you, they take their kids when they 5 years old in Walmart.
Well, that's because you ducking Yogi the Bear.
Buying rifles.
Don't nobody want Yogi the Bear to sneak up on them. Listen, I'm not a woods boy. I want to stay right where there's a stop sign.
But you don't have to be in the woods. They choose to go in the woods and hunt.
You know why?
You ain't got to go in the woods and hunt.
I ain't saying all European. No, I ain't getting into that, because I'm all lives matter.
No, my thing is.
Yeah.
Guns in America is just what it is. Guns is a part of American fabric. It's about how you're educated.
Well, let me say this, and because when you said that I said no, because I always say thank God, thank myself and the strength that the Creator gives me to be able to make things manifest in the physical. I will say that. That I was able to come out of a penitentiary after 5.5 years and say to myself first, because it started there. Sometimes you got to seclude yourself. So let's go back to our topic. What advice that we give parents when you're dealing with teenagers or children? Sit them down, break them down to the lowest compound, have a conversation when you looking eye to eye to them, and you say to them, listen, this is the stairway that you're going.
Right.
Sometimes we don't know. The information is powerful, and you can't speak like a parent. Let me tell you, you can't speak like a parent. If you don't know how to talk like a teenager, not speak Ebonics, not using profane language, not profanity, however you want to paraphrase it, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying speaking like a teenager. It's a reason why you got to listen to some of those songs. Maybe that way, listen to some of their songs. And then when you get in the car, put that song on. I guarantee you'll see them engaging with you. Hey. Get them warmed up. Then when you get to dinner, you get to the table, you slam that goddamn table, you say, listen to me. I smelt that marijuana on you. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. If you're going to smoke, if you're going to do whatever it is you do, whatever your vice is, whether it's a cigarette, marijuana, drink beer, drink liquor, stand what you do and say. Please explain to them one day at a time the principles of making bad choices.
Absolutely.
Please explain to them, because I know several people that have made the wrong choice. Now, the drugs made it okay to make that wrong choice. So I don't defend no drugs, not even marijuana. And I'm a patient. I smoke marijuana, and you'll never see me on camera doing it for anxiety, even though I know how to cope with my anxiety. But it's something that I chose to do. And the minute that it make me lazy or forgetfulness or leave something hidden, it's done. You got to learn how to be able to be strong enough in your mind to say, no more of that.
Right.
And yes, one of the brothers said he moved his child to Texas. She in a different school because the school district is different. I'm going to read what he said.
Okay.
I'm going to read. Ginger Weston said, that is true. Relocating to Houston, Texas was a wise move for her children. My niece is she in a beautiful environment, and she goes to a prestigious school, getting a great education of 16. And he said it, and it was the wisest move that he made, his sister made. He was saying that it's because, I ain't honest to God truth. If they not around guns and violence, sex, drugs, and rock and roll,
they don't see
hip hop and R&B,
right.
How they gonna feed? Listen, you have to be in that environment to be exposed to it. It's like COVID, the flu. Y'all, and this is you don't need to go to school to read a book to have knowledge of self. All you have to do is say, this is not beneficial. I'm going to give y'all the quickest way, real quick. Because this is a very important topic. First of all, this is the street way. This is how you speak to a teenager. And some people say, EA aggressive, he loud. That's the part they understand.
Absolutely.
See, when I get like that, when I raise up, some people say it comes from Stockholm Syndrome. They say, why is minority people aggressive, snappy?
That's what we always had.
No, if you do your research and you search back to what makes a person have Tourette, what makes a person speak out, what makes a person get upset, it's bigger than what you can imagine. Like when a baby is in the womb of that mother, whatever that mother is going to, that baby is going to have traits of that.
Absolutely.
Just like y'all doing drugs, saying it's okay to take perks while you pregnant.
Absolutely
Don't
not.
do that.
Absolutely not, because
You know what I'm saying?
because the effects on the children, and sometimes we don't.
Listen, bro. Don't stress her out arguing with her while that baby is in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, that baby gonna have hypertension. They gonna have all kinds. You know how many syndromes they got to classify that child just to give them more medication so it can further their billions of dollars? Now, I ain't saying I ain't one of them boys that say I don't take medicine. You give me a migraine, I'm taking a Tylenol, Excedrin, Advil, Aleve, Motrin.
That's something.
I ain't one of them.
But
So,
absolutely.
I ain't smarter than the scientists like some of y'all by saying you ain't getting vaccinated. Whole other topic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We ain't even gonna go there.
No,
but
that's a sticky pup.
But raising children, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's
Don't
like,
have them. You know what the best birth control is for you young ladies?
No, don't have no baby.
Everybody got a cell phone, right? Y'all got a cell phone? This the best education I'm gonna give y'all. Tell them take the cell phone and put it in between their legs when they go to a boy, and don't let it drop. No, that's somebody one old girlfriend of mine in 8th grade, mom told her that right in front of me. It wasn't a cell phone. That's how I remember it. I remember. You want to practice birth control? And just sit it there and don't move. Like, it was funny, but women had a different way of, like condoms was a big thing. Now it ain't, now people just raw dog. Y'all nasty. Y'all spreading all kinds of, you don't use a condom, you nasty if you ain't with one person. You gonna get worse than the Omicron. You gonna get the ABCD, the COVID, the Jovid. You just nasty. And kissing is more nasty than having sex without protection.
My little computer don't let me go. Everything
It's
is
all right.
everything blocked.
So when you're raising a child, just make sure that you have good income, as she said.
Yes.
Now, you have to have good parenting.
Absolutely.
And let me say this. If you're going to raise a child, especially for people that adopt a child, when you adopt that child probably has some deficiencies from how it was raised up based on sociology. You can't have psychology without sociology.
Well, they may have some genetic stuff from the parents that
You
gave them away.
can't understand how a person thinks without having the thing. You have the thing first before the person.
And before you have something, you have to have a thought process. Before it manifests in the physical, you have to think about it. Don't get spooky.
And it's the thing. When we out there young and having babies, we ain't thinking about it. See, we have no concept of the consequences that's going to come with raising a child when you're a youth or when you're in your early 20s and you didn't listen to what your parents told you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't listened to what my mother told me. Okay? I ain't listened to what my mother told me.
I just got tired of my mom. You know, it was hard times for us, especially when my aunt died. My aunt, we ain't really have too many wants with both of them parents alive, because that's all we had after my grandma died. But I got tired of walking to Leeds in the 6th grade. I don't know what year it was. Kerm, what year was that we went to Leeds? I don't know. Somebody could probably tell me. I got tired of walking to Leeds with holes in my. By the time I got my Adidas had a little hole in it. By the time I got to school or got home, my sock was coming through it. So I had to stop, pull my sock through it, my hand to everything. Pull my sock through it. So, around 82, my old head say, yo, go to the corner store, go get a baby jar, apple juice, get the tall one and get the little one. You know, I had all them little cousins in the house. I know how to get baby right. Food. So I never forget asking him, so I can get any kind? I said, he was like, yeah. I said, so I'm going to get the banana and the little one because I can eat it. He was like, no, you don't want to eat it. I'm like, no, it's good. He didn't understand that I ain't have too many plates and all that. Right. Like, no, I'm going to eat this, boy. It probably was a few hours before I had something to eat. So I went to the store. I got an apple juice and a banana. By the time I got back to the boy crib we was in, the good lady house we was in, I ate the banana, drunk the apple juice. He was cracking up. Oh, he was rolling. I mean, literally. Like, but to me,
that was a blessing. What? He ain't know.
You had no idea I had so make a long story short, he taught me how to. And I regret that nowadays thinking about that. But it did teach me something else. It did teach me home economics. It did. But in a bad way. But then it reminded me of Miss Harrell in Leeds when I used to go to home economics in the 6th grade teaching how to cook. My mom taught me how to cook. Now I'm Chef Boyardee. But my mom, we lived everywhere. 60th and Girard, 56th and Master, 17th and Ingersoll. We lived back to Hollow. 71st and Ogon, 7128 Ogons Avenue. We lived everywhere. I was born in 8500 block of Fayette. I'm from 75th and Ogon. That's why I did all my, about 12, 11 years old, we moved there. And ever since then, it was just, it was, yeah. I mean, I was born and raised uptown, but I lived out West Philly, Moon Gang, for a lot of years. Even though, I thank God for my mother. Even through all my trials and tribulations, it's never too late for your children. And you can never give up on them. So if you're a parent and you're raising a child, even as an adult, please make sure. You can learn this too, adult. Principles is everything. You want to make sure you have a good job, good income. No matter if you work for yourself or you have a job. Because some people nowadays think it's not cool to work for somebody. Y'all got the game mess. You just need the capital.
Right.
You just need income. You got income, a good job, learn how to cook. Learn, older, I'm talking to the adults. If you don't know how to do laundry, because ain't nobody going to the cleaners too much no more. I iron my own suits because my mother taught me how to iron a suit, so I don't have to go to the cleaners.
Right.
I became independent. You have to learn these tools. Learn how to clean, cook, and make money.
Toucan, can you see if that phone connected?
And
I think
read.
Phone was calling in.
Read a book with your children.
I just told them, Dawn.
Listen, my daughter used to want to go to, what's that big bookstore? Not Brad. Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble.
Well, my daughter, Barnes & Noble. What's up, Scott? Treyo, what up? My daughter used to want to, she was like 7 years old. Can we go to Barnes & Noble, please?
Wow.
I used to be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I felt like I was doing something wrong. Because I should have beat her to the punch.
But see, babies will tell you where they want to go.
Let me tell you the beginning.
I take my grandkids to Barnes & Noble.
Let me tell you the beginning. If I wouldn't have moved her out, going to those little classes in school, she loved to read. Reading at nighttime with your child helps them take on a habit that's very beneficial. My daughter used to never want me to read to her. And then my ex used to say that because you don't read with feeling.
You gotta read like the
the cat.
Yes.
And when he jumped out the house, raw.
The animation. It's all about the animation.
Then after a while, I was on a roll.
Right.
No, Daddy, you read. It's the same thing when
Absolutely.
you're teaching your child. You can't, if you catch him doing something, wait a little while, wait till you cook him some dinner, take him out to lunch, take him. It's kind of weird. Treat them to a gift. And while you're riding home when they're in their best state of felicity, their best state of peace, say, listen to me. I know what you're doing. I'm not proud of it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but can I give you some advice? You got what's called, I learned this
Reverse
in
psychology.
Thank you. Thank you.
Reverse
I'm
psychology
cool
when it comes to the kids. Reverse psychology.
now. No,
But you
it's
know
the
what?
truth.
I
Go ahead,
think
Deez.
that sometimes because I thought that I was, well, I guess I can't blame myself because a lot of the things that my children did, but I think that I could have put my foot down a little bit more. You know what I mean? I think I could have put my foot down a little bit more.
Nope.
Nope. You don't think?
Let me just say this.
2K,
When
can
a
you check that phone for me?
When a child get to an age where they can make their own rules and the decisions, you're going to hope that some of the things that information you gave them, they will implement it. You know how many people, look all the old heads that hang in front of the speakeasies.
Right.
And the guys that hang on, I hate them kind of guys, I ain't gonna lie. I hate the dope fiends that be standing there talking about I'm hungry knowing you ready to go buy some dope or some crack.
For real.
And the people that really is hungry,
For real.
well, it don't even work no more. Ever
Yeah.
since I caught 2 people that I know, it don't
Yeah.
even work no more. The only people I get money to is the firemen when they out there with the boot, and the little kids out there. But little kids, you got to at least have some water, a helmet,
Something.
a pom-pom. I'll give it to you. I
Right.
promise.
Absolutely.
You got to work for it. You know, even I ain't gonna say it ain't no such thing as fake it till you make it. Whoever made that up, that is the most phoniest person in the United States of America.
It's hard to fake.
Do not fake it.
But for me, it is.
Keep it real with yourself.
For real.
Absolutely.
I don't think faking is a good term to tell children to do because it's all about keeping it real.
No,
and
it
being
is.
real about what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And what your children see you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, as a parent, we think we're doing the best thing for our children. I know for me, I worked a lot, and sometimes I worked two. And sometimes
And you
I
said
worked
that
2
before,
jobs.
and you felt like you neglected
Yeah, and my
them from
kids
working,
would say
right?
like, "Well, you wasn't never home," and I'm thinking to myself, "Well, I wasn't out smoking crack." You know what I mean? I wasn't out.
See? That
But
go
in
back to-
their mind, as a
You
child,
neglected them.
in their mind, it don't matter where you was at, what you was
Mm-hmm.
doing, you wasn't here. You know what I mean? You wasn't there. And me being a single parent, I couldn't. It was either I'm gonna go to work,
Or
it
y'all gonna be
feeds
moving
y'all-
like EA moved everywhere.
or y'all ain't gonna get no Nikes. Cause my mom, my mom couldn't buy me Nikes. I had to
Right.
have Titan 2s. I wanted Pumas. My mom bought me Titan 2s.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right.
and I think sometimes when we don't get those things when we young, we
me a
automatically think that thing is getting
Right.
those things for our children. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I know
Absolutely.
for me that was a big thing for me.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure my kids got stuff that I didn't have.
Right. No,
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
And it's not always about what you give them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially when it comes to material things, because sometimes them kids don't be deserving that damn shit that you give them.
Well, it ain't a matter of deserving, because it's a lot of children.
Go ahead, try
it's
again,
a lot
Dawn.
of adults that make mistakes. Tell her, hold on, it's
Hold
powering
on.
up. A lot of people that made mistakes, you know what I'm saying, that they may not be able to recover from.
Right.
But that's why I said it's about communication with your children and the adults and your lover, your spouse. Communicate. I'm going here. Some people, I ain't got to tell you where I'm going. I ain't got.
No, I think
Soon as
no.
you
That's
break
that's
that-
that's respect though.
But listen, I don't call that respect.
I think if you in a relationship, it's out of
You're in a
respect.
relationship with your children.
Absolutely, but
It's
I'm
the same thing. So it's really not. So that's why I don't call it a relationship. Letting it power up. That's why I don't call it a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's just something natural that the inclination of it is the origin has to seek information. It's designed to be given information. Like now you know, one of my famous persons I like to quote, because I like to quote. I learn from everybody. You know, the great Desmond Tutu, Farrakhan, you know, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. I take a little bit of everybody, you know, especially somebody that came from my background or where my ancestors come from.
Right.
Like I like hadiths and everything. I ain't trying to be funny, but I ain't really following too much with you are Arab or you European. I won't follow what my ancestors used to do. Like, no disrespect. You know what I mean? That's just me. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being all the way real with it, you know? So, you know, I think that you all should be, tell her call now.
Call now, Dawn.
You all should be, you know, she can really call, tell her call my phone, and that way we could put her on.
EA said call his phone.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it took my train of thought because I love Dawn. I miss Dawn. Let me tell you, I'm so glad that she had to go do other stuff.
I miss Dawn too.
Because now I'm right here. I'm right here, you know, and I got all the willpower in the world, and I'm definitely unsurfaced. Y'all know what that means?
That means to come up out of that shit. That's when you come up out of it.
Now,
unsurface
I like
that
to talk
will.
because if nobody don't give you the information, how would you be able to implement it? Knowledge can never be. They used to say knowledge is power. We grew up saying that.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up saying knowledge is power. Knowledge is power.
Right.
No, it's the information that's powerful.
Information is power.
Because once I give it to you, now you know.
And that's what makes you powerful.
Yeah.
Having that information. It's all about you want better. You know what I mean? And I know that for me, as far as having my grandchildren, I want to try to do all the things that I didn't do. You know what I mean? With my kids, I think that my grandkids, for me, is a do-over.
You know why you say that?
It's a do-over.
You know why you say that?
Why I say that?
Because the communication have got so lapse, so sporadic in coverage, starting from you. Because you pass it down to your daughter. So your daughter may have, like, I didn't want to say neglect. I said the communication has broken down and lapsed in coverage and securing the information to make sure it pass on. Like, number one, the book also said, now whether y'all disagree or not, I agree. Some people said it was a kind of a racist statement. It said, damn, it is a bad one. Wow.
What you about to say?
It said minorities will never be dominant in society because we lack whole brain thinking.
Now that's a bunch of BS. Let me just say this about when they want to call us minorities. Because first one, I can't stand.
This was in a psychology book.
Okay, who wrote it?
I understand that.
This is the thing about that. First of all, us minorities, that so-called that they want to call us, we was the first people to create civilizations. First, no. Hold up. So
you're right. I agree.
We've been brainwashed. Okay, we've had our brains washed when we got over here, especially. Okay,
right.
And now we don't even know who the hell we are. Okay, we don't.
I know who I am. I'm Eric Allen.
No.
So what I got?
You know,
so what?
Saying,
so what?
You're
I'm Eric Allen.
You're Eric Allen, yes.
I don't care if I ain't Najib,
when it comes to the way our ancestors was before slavery.
We understand. We understand that.
And the thing is, because
stop going back, sister.
No, we can't.
We cannot
go. We cannot stop going back.
All right, well, I ain't trying to live in the past.
No, I'm not saying live in the past.
Then.
You supposed to learn, no.
Go to Africa then.
This is the thing with that. Most of us ain't even from.
That was ignorant. I'm sorry.
No, because most of us didn't even come. A lot of us
really,
ain't even come from over there. A lot of us was already on this continent. But that's another whole nother discussion.
It is, and I mean, we talk about what advice we can give you.
This is what I'm saying.
When you're raising a child. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, our people raised us out of survival tactics and tech. Our people raised most of us come from survival. What? You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because where we didn't have
Stockholm syndrome.
And I'm trying to get up the whole definition because I don't even want to be like
Stockholm syndrome is, I can break it down. I studied it to the third power. I have a master's degree in that. No matter how everybody interpret it your way, you can look it up. Basically, whatever was done, I broke it down. Whatever was done, like while the baby was in the womb of that woman, at that case, she was being beat, robbed, stabbed, raped, the whole nine. That baby is going to come out with some traits of that trauma.
Okay.
Like right now, if you grow up in an area where it's shooting on your block all day long, pow, pow, and you watch so many murders, like Meek said, you go to so many funerals, don't even faze you no more.
Right.
It don't even faze me. You become.
What do they call it?
It become normal.
It becomes word for it that I was trying to find, but yeah, it's like it's nothing. You get hard.
Yeah,
you become hard to. You
adapt. You gain mastery. I learned that in Camp Hill Penitentiary. That's what helped me. Like people say, EA, let's go here, there, there. Is it your born day party? Which I don't call birthdays. I call born days. Is it your born day party? Is it your niece, your mom's, your uncle? I ain't going then. I'm going in.
No hanging out.
From work, home. I stop past your crib and chill. I done lost too much. I watch my friends having double life in 50 years, and 30 years, and 20 years. Yeah. That's a loss to me too.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching their children grow up without parents.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching their children become gangsters, goons, goblins, hoes, and pimps.
Yeah.
And it's not cool. So if you're raising a child, and you know your son or your daughter get busy, you know we got to stay on we do and say. I stood on my principles. I play with guns. My name is Eric Allen. Y'all good, pull my jacket. It ain't nothing to brag about. I'm embarrassed about it now. When I was growing up, yeah, because people used to be scared, and I used to carry a big 45 with double clips and all that. Yeah, I had an M16. Yeah, I had all that. Yeah. Sent me to jail. Started me over. Humiliated me. Made me strip in front of grown men.
Yeah.
Took my dignity. Took me away from my son. I came home, he was 5 years old. 5.5 years old, grade turned 6. I'm never throwing rocks at the penitentiary unless one of you ninjas or ninjets do something to one of my people.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm going back to jail, for protecting myself.
And it's
it won't be for drug selling. I guarantee you that.
It's like, are we going backwards in our society? Because it's so much.
Raise your parents, raise your children
listen.
Right. Stand what you do and say. You know your son or your daughter hang with goons.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Stand on it, because it's too much.
If you don't say nothing, stand on that something gonna happen later.
Yeah.
I don't wish it. I never wished on a star.
It ain't even about wishing on it. It's about
hypothetically.
You
know what I'm saying?
You get back what you put out
in the universe. Period.
You put it out.
If your daughter date, and I said this plenty of times on a lot of shows, if your daughter date a thug, what you think? What accolades you think a thug get?
Did you?
Gunshots.
Yeah.
Bullets.
Yeah.
Hoes. Pimps.
Yeah.
Jail. Grave sites.
A bunch of war stories.
They get the drip. They get all that bunch of war stories, what you used to.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. used to.
Amy.
But if you got a positive young man or a young lady and they working, whether for their self or they work for somebody else and they gain capital, they go to work every day and they clean. Yeah, get that person a shot. And him or her don't have to make more money than you. Make it match.
That's what I was about to say.
Ain't no more of that. No, you do this. No, it's about joint ventures.
Doing it together.
Yeah, it's more strength in two than one.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And that's why when it comes to the two-parent household, even though most of us don't live in it, but if we were smart,
Goldie,
we would understand that that's the best way for our children. And if you can't be in the house together, you still can communicate like you are when it comes to your children, because the children need that. And the kids is lost out here. They think that
I ain't just gonna blame it on the children.
No, it's the parents. It's the parents too. Absolutely.
Listen, it's been record high employment, seeking employment. I mean, employers seeking employees.
But if you got a felony, you still might not get that job.
No. You can get a job too.
That job.
I had a guy that just had attempted murder. He did 15 years. I ain't gonna say where he worked. He worked in one of the biggest companies that gave him a chance, and he said he loved it. Came in, one felon came in the other day and said, "Oh yeah, I work at Amazon. He said, and I love it. I swear he did.
Well, you better get your shit right.
Amazon, they got enough money to fight any municipality. I can say Amazon.
Amazon needs it. You know, we ordering
But they
consistently.
provide jobs.
But
That's how you stop gun violence. That's how you
Yeah.
stop all these shootings. That's
Go to
how you
work.
stop. You pull one at a time off that corner.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing it diminish. If you see 10 more young guys or young girls on the corner, that's a shooting like you seen back Brickyard waiting to
Yeah.
happen.
Something about to
I
happen.
guarantee you, I'll put
Something
every
about to
dollar in my
happen.
pocket on that.
Something definitely about to happen.
Absolutely.
And it's
So stop turning the other cheek. Stop pump faking. Stop acting like you can't change it. I ain't saying be a rat. Turn around to your son and
Go
your
the other
daughter
way, yeah.
and say, come here. I know what you're doing running in and out of my house. Get out. No, put them out.
yeah,
Let them know what it's like to be homeless.
yeah.
I bet you they change, they change up. I blame our women. Whoa. Women, the only reason why I blame y'all queens, because we need y'all. Please. So, another open letter to y'all. Please. If you got a man next to you right now, just close your mouth, put your mask on, tell him put a mask on, and give him a hug. And say, listen, brother, I love you. And you are important. You know how many young guys don't have no love? They don't know what love. They don't even know how to love their girlfriends.
Yes.
They don't even know how to love their self. Better yet, show you love. So please educate us once again. My mother's the one that educated me. Now,
And it's usually us that's
and my-
educating
and
our
my
children.
and my ex-wife taught me how to open up a door. I knew that it was appropriate, but the first 6 months we dated, she said, get that door. Tell her it was clockwork. Keeping it real.
Absolutely.
Keep it real. She was a thorough woman.
Absolutely.
You know, like, let me keep it all the way real. Women will teach you something. And women, you can learn from us too.
Yeah.
We can learn from each other. And man, stop being so dominant.
We've been teaching each other.
Stop that,
we need
man.
to get back to it.
Stop being so dominant. Communicate.
We need to get back.
And women, when we ask you where you going, or when we say where you at, don't say where you at.
Don't say none of your business.
Y'all know what y'all be doing.
You're not
your
my
woman might
father.
just be, your man might just say, where you at? Where you at? That's guilty. So, Khadijah, you must, that should say, y'all ain't, Dawn, where you at, Dawn? What's Dawn's number? I'm calling her real quick. Give me her number. I'm calling Dawn. What's her number, real quick? Now, I'm going to ask Dawn if she ever did that, because Dawn keep it gangster.
Dawn on here, because she might be
No, I
at
want to
work.
call her. Oh, she at work?
She might be
I
at
don't
work.
want to blast
Yeah,
her. I
she
don't
be
want to give
at
her the
work.
blast. She at work. Listen, don't tell him that.
No, I used to
listen,
be that. No, I ain't gonna lie.
if
That
you
used
ask
to be
me
my
where I'm at,
handle.
see, that's
But see,
right. See,
that's why I
that's right.
laugh. But I don't do that anymore.
What do you say now? And if I called you, we're going to do a little acting. You my woman. I'm going to call you. Ring. Ring. Oh, it rung 2 times. Ring. Ring. 4 times. Oh, you ain't going to pick up?
I got it.
Ring.
Hello. I'm at BG's.
Hello? I ain't going to say, no, some guys might say, damn, why the phone rung 6 times? What you doing? Yeah, we get like that. I'm taking the blame for all the stuff we do. I ain't Steve Harvey, but I'm going to keep it real. If the phone ring past 6 times, our mind goes somewhere else. And sometimes some of us do tell on ourselves. But y'all do too. Where you at? Where you at? No, answer the damn question. All you got to do is say,
I'm probably spending money somewhere. Like
Just say-
BJ's.
just answer.
My favorite.
Just answer.
But
Just answer.
if
I got a problem with that.
If I ain't taking the food out the cart, I'm
I got a problem with that. No, it's not insecurity. Because what if I'm on
Something
my
was
deathbed
wrong.
and I'm calling
Something was wrong. What if
and you
something
ain't
was wrong?
answer?
I hear you. I feel
And
you.
I know, ladies, and I used to get this. What you think we don't keep our phone in our hands like guys do? We keep it in our pocket book. Well, take it if you going in somewhere.
Huh, you might
take
it
it
might
out of
take
your
me 10 minutes just
pocketbook.
to find it in there. It might
Take it out of your pocket book.
It might take me 10 minutes to find it.
No, that's an excuse, and y'all better stop y'all shenanigans. And I want to have a special ring. If I'm your
Oh
boo,
my God.
if I'm your boo,
Lord have
this
mercy.
ain't back in the day when y'all used to try to clown us for having ringtones. If I'm your boo, if you my boo, you got a special ring.
You gotta have a
Real
song.
rap.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta have a song. You might get a Cardi B or something. You gonna get one. Your boo ain't got a special song, these? Or a guy you dating?
No.
Y'all corny.
All the same.
Anybody-
Ring the same.
Anybody got anybody? I want to get a caller. Caller, call my phone. If you got a special ring for your boo,
We don't have no special
call
ring
my
around
phone.
here, do we? Do we got special rings? Anybody on my live? Do y'all got some special rings out here?
Yeah, they
Because on some
pump
real
faking.
stuff. I don't even feel like
Let me ask you. hold on.
finagling the phone
Hold on.
to do all that.
Do y'all got special rings? Keep it real. Who on this? Do y'all got special rings for y'all folks?
No.
Keep it real. Yes, y'all do. Y'all got screensavers and all that. You know, yeah, some of y'all women, y'all be demanding, give me your phone. Put my picture in your screensaver.
Oh Lord.
No, y'all, no, y'all women ran more than us about, put me on your page. Put me, more
Boo,
women.
you want me to ram more? Cause
Now, this coincide with parenting. No, this coincide with parenting.
Boo, do you want a special ring? You watching?
Yeah. Yeah, he want a special bag. He want, it must be a special lady or a very exciting girl. You know what I mean? Give her a special, yeah. Give her a special ring. You know what I mean? Seriously. Or if that's your baby mama, put always love my baby mama. She's my favorite
Somebody gonna say
girl.
he sure does. He didn't say that.
See? Yeah, you want to, see? Yeah. Yeah, you want to, ask him. Ask him.
He the
Ask
only
him.
one calling. Hey, Aunt. He the only one calling. So
I bet you Auntie got she got a ringtone for him, and he on her screensaver.
Aunt, you do not
And
have
Auntie.
that, do you?
And you got a picture at your desk too. Yup, absolutely. Yeah,
Aunt, do you? Do you?
yes she do. Keep it real, Auntie. It's all right. See, that's a
She
part of
probably don't
showing
even know how to
love.
work the phone right.
See, that's a part of y'all denying the love.
Cause I
listen.
ain't got a special ring.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
I'm telling you how you make him. See, I'm giving y'all some $1 million worth of game. No Gil, no Wallow.
You're giving us $1 million.
I'm giving y'all $1 million
game.
worth of game. I'm gonna tell you what you do to a man.
I'm gonna change his ringtone.
A man love when you rubbing his hair, unless he got Jerry curl juice or one of the new
Look
juice.
what my aunt said.
What'd she say?
Sorry, wrong aunt.
Auntie, you pump faking. Auntie, you pump faking. She must be from South Philly.
She is.
See, she pump faking. You know, Rashid from across the tracks had you turned down, Auntie. You know you had it on your screensaver back in '79. Stop playing. Auntie, you know you
Screensavers in
used to meet
'79.
him at
You
the
know
Spectrum. No, but some people don't. But I'm giving y'all some game.
He must
Try
have
it.
his ringtone.
Try a ringtone and say, babe, call my phone. Let me see where it's at. I'm giving y'all some game, ladies. Put a special ringtone that's something decent.
Oh, hey, special
Something
ringtone.
decent, special ringtone, and put your phone over there, put it on the loudest ring, and say, babe, do me a favor, call my phone real quick. I don't know where it's at. Y'all know how y'all get into y'all character. Remember reading. Remember you gotta put
He
emphasis.
making me feel bad. I don't got no characters or nothing. I'm just
Oh, you
regular.
corny. You ain't got him on your screensaver, so when you put your phone down, just tap it so he can see him.
Nope, it's just
Even if you take it off tomorrow, put it on the
he on,
dissolve
my,
joint.
he on my thing when the phone ring though.
Oh, that's decent. No, that don't count because he only see it when he call. That's corny. You pump faking. You got to give love back. Ladies, I'm trying to tell you, we need love. I ain't saying watch them freaky boys that be trying to get a little hug
I
and get a
cook, ain't
grind at
that
the
love?
same time.
I wash
That's-
clothes, cook, clean. That's love, ain't it?
No, when y'all sitting
No?
down watching the movie, grab his hand and just massage his hand. Playing his hair. Now, if he got, y'all
He ain't
know.
got no hair.
But rub his, no, just rub his back his head. Like the back neck part. This John. This
Oh,
John.
right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me.
Oh, I got you, baby.
Hold on. I gotta show y'all. Auntie and them. Let me show y'all the neck part. This joint. You got now. If you don't hit the right part of the neck, it ain't gonna work. Okay, Auntie and them. Okay. Now, there's a science to it, because I'm telling you, when you meet a girl for the first time and you date her, the first time that she grab your hand, the first time you get a kiss, the first time you get a hug, the first time you get some, is the best mental state ever in the world. You ever study the Kama Sutra? We talking about love and parenting and raising a child or raising a relationship. It's the same love.
My eye said, "Who's that? He's funny."
No, the Kama
That's
Sutra.
EA.
No, listen. The Kama Sutra. It say that a woman reaches climax several more times than a guy do before we actually say hello.
Okay.
Because of the steps that it takes to get to that chakra that hits the brain, that sends the signal down your spine that say hello.
That tingly thing.
Yeah. So it's steps you take. So if I grab your hand, hold your hand, that's a sign. That's intimacy. If I rub your shoulder, give you a massage,
Yes.
that's that. Give it to now. Take the sexual preference off, but it's the same game.
Right.
Giving
The
love
intimacy.
to the intimacy.
Very important.
Stop and listen. Now this is black people. Stop gritting on each other when y'all. Stop. It's not a stare down. It's okay. Yeah, you might know him from somewhere or her. Just look and turn your head. You know I practice that at least 50 times a day. I used to say, damn, what you looking at? Until I got in too many arguments.
Right.
No, literally. Literally.
I used to say.
Like, one thing I don't like, don't touch me.
And don't stare at me.
And don't stare at me.
Yes.
Like, when I first went through my separation, moved back uptown, I hated going to the markets because I was uncomfortable. Oh, my God, I got to be around people that I was born and raised with. They're going to be like, hey, ain't you live in Jersey? No,
Where you
I'm
going
back
back over here? Minding my
One guy literally did I was from aisle 1 to aisle 19. I swear,
ran down there.
I swear, I was doing it on purpose. And then I went down the aisle he was and said, what's up, bro? He like, I thought that was you.
My eye said rub his beard and his ears is over.
Rub his beard. See, Auntie was right. You rub his beard. Hey, Mary, you rub his beard and his ears. No, Auntie, don't rub it in his ears. That's some freaky stuff, Auntie. That means it's time to go to the bedroom. Don't rub his ears, Auntie. No, when you rub inside a man's ear,
He done woke
you
up.
Michael Jackson.
He woke
Wanna
up.
be starting something.
He woke
you got
up.
to be starting something. Yeah, unless you
He
ready to do the
dancing and
moonwalk.
everything.
Yeah.
He dancing and all.
Auntie, chill. Just a little bit. Hold his hand. Rub the back of his neck. Once in a while, say you love him. How was your day today? Gentlemen, you want to know the secret to her heart? When she come in from work, say, babe,
Yes.
how was your day today?
That's important.
In the morning, once in a while, text her. Good morning. Have a good day.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
I'm telling you.
It works.
But it's a positive chakra. You're calling on a positive manifestation of something good. Call on it.
You're showing that you're
As a
care.
man and a woman thinks, so you will be. If your negative ass, male or female, wake up in the morning,
And what
keep
you
your
gonna-
ass home like you got the COVID. Because you're going to spread that through the universe, and we tired.
We tired of the negativity. Let's have some love in this universe, in this world. And one thing I want to say before we go off air, I want to send my condolences out to the people who, all the people that died in that fire.
man.
Send
See
my
the other
condolences
people,
out to
too.
the family, and yes, and in the Bronx. I don't know what's going on with these housing authorities and these fires, but I send my love and my condolences out to all the people and the family members, to the people that lost their lives. Thank you, and we will see you next week on WillPower UnSurfaced.
Bang.